Please welcome President and COO Mike Fasulo.
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. So let me be probably the last to wish you all a very Happy New Year. I'm told that you're not supposed to wish Happy New Year any longer after like the 10th of January or something. But given that we all went to CES, close enough. So Happy New Year, everybody. And welcome to San Diego for those of you in the room. I want to give you a warm welcome, but I also want to dispel this notion that it's 70 degrees and sunny here every day. Now, it's not quite DC. DC's coming up. There it is. Where we get all this snow. But I got to tell you, January 2nd, I got in my car in my driveway, and this is what my odometer said. 28 degrees. And today, you know what it's like outside. But we didn't bring you here to talk about the crappy weather. We brought you here for count them, three major announcements. But before we get to the major announcements, let me put it in a little bit of context. How many of you are at CES? Well, then I can't ask the next question, not many of you. The next question was going to be, how many of you were at our press conference? So anyway, let me give you a little bit of context on our press conference. Ken Yoshida, our new worldwide CEO, came on stage and talked about Sony as a leader, as a creative entertainment company. And this is kind of the slide he depicted, but then he paid it off with validation points where we had the head of, or chairman of Sony Pictures come on stage and talk about not only entertainment, but the branded hardware side and how our tools provide them the source to create this wonderful entertainment. We heard from Sony Pictures Animation, from Christine, and we heard from Rob Stringer from Sony Music. And then I did a post-show stream with a couple of my colleagues. You can see Cheryl in the middle and Glenn Gaynor, who is president of Screen Gems, and also NPD analyst Steve Baker. And the whole point was to wrap around Sony's vision going forward is, yes, a solid leader, the highest quality in branded hardware, what we used to call electronics, we call branded hardware, but in context of why. Why are we doing this? And it really comes down to a couple of different things. One is getting closer to not only the users, but also the creators. And maybe it's backwards. Maybe it should be creators and then users. And how do we do that? Well, we do it by creating and delivering the highest quality content. But then how do we do that? We do it in a lot of different ways. This depicts from the creative side our great technology and innovations as the tools for the creators to deliver their intent. We call it creators' intent. Their storytelling, your storytelling. We've got a lot of our professional photographers in the room today, and your storytelling? How do we give you the tool to deliver that creative content? And then, how do we deliver it to the user? And this slide is depicting some of our major announcements at CES, which I'm not going to get into in too much detail today, because today it's all about B-alpha. But we did introduce some wonderful new technologies and some great delivery systems for users to enjoy our great creative content. And then the final thing that Ken talked about was communities of interest. And what's a community of interest? It's really putting those creators and users together. We talked a little bit about PlayStation. PlayStation, we have over 90 million monthly active subscribers. We've sold over 91 million PS4s installed base. But we also have a very big community around alpha, whether you call it Alpha Universe or B-alpha. With the influencers, many in the room, that work with us within the alpha category, we've got over 30 million in our community. And that's followers of our influencers, many of them on Alpha Universe. That's a rather large community. And the way this works is we provide these great devices we call tools. We listen to the creators, we listen to the professional photographers and the enthusiasts, and then we solve for their pain points. And with that, I'd like to move to the next section, which is about today's announcements. So as I said, we have 3 major announcements, and to help us kick it off, I'd like to bring to the stage my good friend and colleague, Kenji Tanaka, Vice President, Sony Corporation. Kenji?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm Kenji Tanaka, and I oversee the ILC, interchangeable lens camera business for Sony. Today, I would like to update you on Sony's strategy for digital imaging products. First, I would like to explain our full-frame business situation, as this is one of the highest interest topics for the imaging industry today. As the chart on the left shows, Sony's full-frame business has continued to expand. In 2018, full-frame mirrorless received unprecedented attention due to computers entering the full-frame mirrorless market. Despite the increased competition in 2018, our sales has, in fact, grown and expanded in each region. Here, I would like to share with you one fact. 2018 has become the first year where Sony achieved the #1 share in the global full-frame camera market on a full-year basis. Our business expansion has been driven by our customers, including professionals who support our innovations. In particular, the Alpha 9, launched in 2017, has delivered a whole new imaging experience for professionals, enabling them to capture images they never could before. thanks to its bugger-free, silent, ultra-continuous shooting, and revolutionary autofocus system that represents a brand new chapter for the history of cameras. I'd like to announce today that Sony's revolutionary α9 will evolve even further this spring via firmware update. The α9 will receive several major enhancements. Many photographers tell us that real-time IF developed for α9 has completely changed their shooting experience. We will further evolve this highly regarded technology by combining real-time processing with AI-based object recognition. We call this idea speed-and AI, and are working on next-generation development under this concept. Today, I would like to introduce you two of our new autofocus technologies which embody our concept of speed and AI. The first one is real-time IF for animals. We will expand our AI-based object recognition technology to animal eyes. Wildlife photographers can now focus on composition because their camera detects and keeps tracking the subject's eye in real time and with high accuracy. This will also transform the experience of photographing pets for a wide range of photographers. The second new technology embodying the speed and AI concept is real-time tracking. Tracking performance for fast-moving subjects is now reborn with AI technology. Real-time tracking technology tightly maintains autofocus on detected subjects. A newly developed subject recognition algorithm uses color, pattern, and depth data, as well as facial and eye information to process spatial information and subject information in real time. The new firmware update provides many other exciting enhancements and features. Many. In addition to the new AF innovations, the firmware update includes impressive enhancements to image quality, usability, and more to take creators' imaging experience to the next level. The new firmware will be released in March and summer of 2019. I'm excited to share the voices of artisans who have been using the new α9 firmware.
The camera that changed it all was the Sony A9.
I've been a professional photographer for about 30 years. I do a lot of different types of things in my photography, but the primary thing is sports and portraits.
I've been working pro for the last 40 years. A lot of my friends have been asking, when's the next generation Sony A9 coming out? Well, Sony Firmware 5.0 is the A9 reborn. This is getting basically a completely new experience from a camera you may already own, and it's free.
Every time I use the A9, even before the update, you feel like you're using a camera that you borrowed from the future. And now it's even going to be better. There are over 20 new items that Sony is giving photographers. The most important one for me is real-time tracking.
The current generation of Sony A9 cameras track your subject based on distance, color, and face. What's new with real-time tracking is it adds in eye detection and pattern detection.
Real-time tracking is pretty remarkable. You look through the camera or look at the LCD, and I tell the camera what person I want to track. Now I compose on the fly. even with very fast-moving sports. And even as two fighters are changing positions and turning around, it's tracking the one that I wanted. This speed in conjunction with artificial intelligence, with this autofocus system, it's otherworldly. And at some point, they said, hey, why don't you try it on video? And I was like, you mean it works in video too? I switched over to video, and I just used the touch screen to tell the camera which fighter I wanted to choose, and it did the rest. I mean, it's insane.
Even though the A9 has the best autofocus system on the planet, they're not resting on their laurels. With real-time tracking, Autofocus is available full-time without having to press a button. It's always on.
5.0 enhances a great benefit of Autofocus in the first place, because now you can actually choose 3 options. You can do left eye only, right eye only, or automatic.
There's lots of things that I actually really love. If you go into custom key settings, now it shows you what is set to each of the custom keys.
The 5.0 update is going to impact my photography every day on every assignment that I do.
Firmware 5.0 is a great example of Sony listening to pros and supporting them with a free upgrade.
We got a whole bunch of things that professional photographers have been asking for, and then we got a whole bunch of stuff we didn't think to ask for, and everything works. It's awesome. I trust that Sony is going to continue innovating on into the future. So my future is bright because Sony's future is bright.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, Sony's popular α7R Mark III and α7 Mark III will both receive exciting enhancement, including real-time IF for animals, real-time eye focus by half-pressing the shutter button, and interval shooting for time-lapse movie via software updates. The new firmware updates will be released in April. Going forward, full-frame mirrorless will continue to evolve in new and exciting ways. Well, let me change the subject. First, the most essential value that full-frame mirrorless camera should offer to customers are lens, image quality, speed, battery life, and compactness and lightweight. We call these the 5 fundamentals, and we have developed industry-leading technology based on this key fundamental performance index. The 5 fundamentals and speed and AI, these are our new innovations. By condensing the technology that we developed for full-frame camera into APS cameras, we will create a new APS-C world full of innovations, quality, and mobility. And today, I'm proud to introduce a brand new APS-C camera. This is the α6400. Thank you. The technologies that we developed for full-frame cameras are condensed into a compact and lightweight APS-C body. In addition to 18 APS-C native lenses, 30 of our E-mount full-frame lenses can be used with this camera without a mount adapter. One mount, that is a uniqueness that only Sony's E-mount has. From full-frame to APS-C, from stills to cinema, professionals to consumers, one single mount connects a wide range of customers, usages, formats, cameras, and lenses. The E-mount is a common platform for creators across the world. Sony will enhance both full-frame system and APS-C by continuing to deliver innovative and exciting cameras and lenses while expanding the world of one mount that connects them both. We will continue innovating and embarking on new challenges for the future of imaging. Now, I will hand things off to Neil Manowitz for more details about the market and this new APS-C mirrorless. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kenji-san, for this exciting glimpse of the α6400. Let me begin with a quick review of the full-frame market and Sony's progress in the United States. It's an exciting time to be a creator. Their desire to advance their art has driven the full-frame market growth up 31% this past year. And full-frame mirrorless innovation has been behind this trend. Not only from Sony, but the entire industry is buzzing about mirrorless technology. Much of this excitement was made possible by Sony's innovation back in 2013 when we launched the world's first full-frame mirrorless camera. This growth continued over the past year, where Sony is up now 97% year over year. Sony's advancements in core technologies such as image sensors and OLED viewfinders makes this possible for all cameras throughout the industry. And with all this interest, over half of all of the full-frame cameras sold today are now mirrorless. And as Kenji-san mentioned, Sony's leading the full-frame market globally, and I'm happy to share this is also the case in the United States. In fact, because of creators like you, in 2018, Sony was the #1 brand in the United States. Thank you so much for making us #1. Additionally, from September to December, where we saw new mirrorless full-frame cameras come to market, Sony not only held our #1 position, we actually increased our share versus prior year. Professional photographers are taking note and are now shooting on Sony, especially top sports photographers like the great ones you see here. The magnificent images that you're capturing are appearing on the most prestigious front pages all across the world. And with the ability to capture 20 frames per second and silent shooting, the top news agencies are also using Sony more than ever. The growth in the full-frame market is achieved with what we call the 5 fundamentals and the collaboration of speed and AI. For the first time, we're now bringing this technology into a compact, lightweight APS-C camera. Let me introduce you a little bit more about the α6400. Only Sony could create a camera with a combination of size, speed, and performance, which enables creators to capture decisive moments like never before. First of all, this camera boasts the world's fastest autofocus acquisition in just 0.02 of a second. This is achieved with a new generation Beyond X processor that we borrowed from our Alpha 9. Additionally, we have optimized the subject tracking algorithms. As you can see here in this movie, this camera introduces our new real-time tracking, real-time IAF, and even real-time IAF for animals. All of this allows you to focus on the composition while the camera tracks your subjects like never before. This technology also provides smoother, more stable, and faster autofocus and more accurate subject tracking for movies. All of the autofocus performance is at your fingertips, even while shooting at 11 frames per second. Next up, image quality. The α6400 is equipped with a 24-megapixel APS-C sensor that is paired with our latest Beyond X processor to deliver an incredible image quality and lifelike color reproduction. The advancements has also expanded the standard ISO to 32,000 for both stills and video. And furthermore, for the first time in the α6000 series, this camera includes an HLG picture profile that supports an instant HDR workflow, making it possible to easily shoot with high dynamic range. In addition to all of the great features, the α6400 also includes an intervalometer for time-lapse movie creation. The camera can be powered via an external USB battery and extended and even shoots silently. And by using Sony's Imaging Edge software, you can create a time-lapse movie. Additionally, the 6400 has a 180-degree tiltable LCD flip screen that allows for simple and effective framing for both still and video capture. Vloggers, photographers, videographers can all check and monitor the composition throughout their entire creative process. The LCD screen is also equipped with touch functionality that now includes our real-time tracking. By combining speed and AI innovation with our latest generation Beyond X processor, we can bring the full innovation of our full-frame cameras into the world of APS-C. All this in a light, compact body, delivering incredible high performance and advanced functionality for a wide range of creators. The α6400 will be available next month throughout North America and Europe at a starting price point of $900 in the US, $1,250 in Canada, and 1050 euros. I hear some positive comments coming through. So in addition to the great camera enhancements, we also have updates to our Imaging Edge software solution to extend the capabilities of our cameras. In 2017, we launched the desktop application for remote shooting and RAW development. Today, we're announcing 2 new mobile apps and an update to our desktop application. The first mobile app is designed to improve professional workflow. The second, to enhance sharing experience for all photographers. First, Transfer and Tagging add-on mobile app will speed up the professional's workflow for Alpha 9 by providing transfer and text tagging by voice input. Next, Imaging Edge mobile app is designed to allow you to easily transfer your photos and videos automatically to your smartphone effortlessly in the background. Our Imaging Edge desktop application is also being updated to expand creativity with functions such as time-lapse creation. I want to thank you so much for your time today. To learn more about our products and to join our community, come visit us at alphauniverse.com. So now I have a question for our special VIP guests that are seated in the front of the room. Who would like to try out one of our α6400s or an Alpha 9 with the new firmware? Okay, there's a couple people. A couple more people. Okay, some more hands are coming up. So we have those for you today to try.